it's a little bit more lighthearted, unless you like cats. It all started when I fed my boyfriend expired cat food. He didn't have a job at the time, and my sister's cat had died, and she lives in suburban Delaware, so she buys everything in bulk. And she unloaded a big case of cat food on us, and I said to my boyfriend, "Oh look, we'll feed Joe for free for a couple of weeks on cat food," and it's only a little bit past the expiration date. So I gave the cat food to my boyfriend and fed his cat Joe, and the next day he called me up, and he was like, "Joe's having a seizure. You have to come and get him now." It's like, oh my God, I am the worst girlfriend ever. He had had this cat for 14 years. This was his constant companion. This was like his constant in his life was this cat. He was 14 years old, ate expired cat food, and had a seizure. So I'm like speeding through traffic, trying to get to him. He's calling, "Why aren't you here yet? Joe's dying." Like, oh my God, oh my God. He's on the curb, and he's never on time for anything. He's already got the cat in the cat carrier, jumps in my car. We drive to the Rittenhouse Square Animal Vet. I drop him off at the curb, and I go to park the car, and there's signs, and there's those weird Philly towing signs that you don't quite understand, but I've got to park the car, I've got to park the car. So I park the car, and I go to the vet, and I get in there, and my boyfriend's like a big guy, and he's like sitting there like crying. Joe's laying on the floor, meowing softly, looking all out of it. And he's like stroking the cat, and all the cat vets just kind of look up at me like, because God only knows what he said to them while I was parking the car. And they're like, they need to give him a CAT scan. It costs $500. And they're all looking at me like, "You're going to pay for this, right, bitch?" And I'm thinking, yes, I will. I am the worst girlfriend ever. I'm going to pay $500 for a CAT scan. Yes, I will. So I paid for it. They take Joe back. The vets take him back, and my boyfriend's like, "Joe," and he's crying, and Joe's like, and then he took him back, and then we go and have a very tense lunch at the diner, and then I think, oh God, I got to move the car because of the weird signs, and we go back to her. I park the car, and my car's gone. I deserve this too? Great. So there's a number on the sign, and I call it like, "Oh baby, your car's been towed." And I'm like, really? So we have to go to the impound lot on Columbus Boulevard, and if you're a fan of Parking Wars, that's the set of Act 2 on Parking Wars. So we get in the line, we get up there, and I give them the make and model of my car, and they're like, "Your car's not here." Like, "What do you mean you don't have my car? Where's my car?" Like, "Well, you can call this number and maybe they'll tell you." Like, really? So I call the number, and they're like, "Oh, your car is at a private lot in Southwest Philadelphia." I don't know if you've ever been to the impound lots in Southwest Philadelphia, but it's like Mad Max down there. It's like Fury Road. You're like expecting to see Charlize Theron drive past you in the war rig. Swear to God. So, and I had just been there the week before because my boyfriend, who didn't have a car himself, had borrowed my car and parked it in front of a garage. So I have been here, and I know what this is going to be like. You can't even see the guy that runs the impound lot. It's black glass, and you have to slide the money under a metal door because they don't want to touch you. And you probably don't want to touch them. So I get there, and it's the same thing. We're in the same freaking lot I was last week, bailing out my car because he couldn't afford to bail it out. I had to bail it out. So I go to the window. I'm like, "Hi, you have my car?" "What? Do you have my car? Do you have my car? Dear God, do you have my car?"
No.
Like, what?
Call the police department.
So I call the police department. Like, "Oh, you know what? We were looking at last week's stuff. Your car's not there." "Where is my car?" "Well, actually, I don't know." Like, really? So then I'm like, I'm ready to cry. I'm like, I know I'm awful. I know I gave that cat a seizure, but really, my car is on? How good a cat was this cat that it takes my car? And then the gates open, and a tow truck driver comes out, and he rolls down his window, and he's like, "I heard you back there. Do you want to ride back to Center City?" And it was like, oh. And my boyfriend and I got in the cab, and we're sitting in the cab, and we're explaining everything to him, and then my boyfriend gets a call on the phone, and it's the vet office. And Joe's going to be okay. He's just old. It had nothing to do with the cat food. And I'm like, yes, I'm the best girlfriend ever. I saved you money. go to the police station and fill out a missing car report. And we're walking up the street, and we're talking about that, and we're talking about that, and I turn my head, and there, at the end of the street, is my car. It's been there the whole time.